So I'm interviewing Helen. Now, Helen, would you like to introduce yourself and tell me, what you do professionally and from a sports point of view?
Okay. I'm Helen Privett and I own Ten-Point Triathlon Store in Amersham, Buckinghamshire. And I'm an Ironman distance triathlete and barefoot Ironman triathlete.
Fantastic.
So
fantastic.
I do all of my running in Vibram Fivefingers, unless it's seriously cold, because as Barefoot Ted said, numb feet are dumb feet.
Yes, that's correct.
So then I resort to the other manufacturer.
Okay.
Because there's no other choice at the moment.
That's
at the
right.
moment.
Yeah, sure. Okay. So how did you first find out about Vibram Fivefingers? How did you get into it?
Well, that was interesting. Many years ago, at the Olympia back show, and you were there.
Yes.
And I think it was I met you there for the first. That was quite a few years ago.
Yeah.
And I was already selling toe socks in the shop. So I had my toe socks on, all raring to go, wanting to try on the Fivefingers. The stand at the Olympia show was manic. And it was a sort of a thwarted moment.
Right.
And I wondered if the world was quite ready, particularly Buckinghamshire, for Fivefingers.
Yes.
And it stayed in the back of my mind and it was put on hold until my partner, who's now my fiancé, a couple of years ago, it would have been, when did I contact you?
It was 2009, I thought.
Yeah. Said that he had read something, seen something, and then it was with great urgency that we suddenly had to have them.
Okay.
And that's how it all started.
And you've been training in minimalist footwear at that point, I seem to recall, is that right?
Up until that point, I'd been training in either Newtons or Feelmax.
Right, yeah.
And Feelmax, the product from Finland, which is an even thinner sole, but the fit wasn't, it didn't fit everybody.
Right.
And it was so minimalistic that although the grip on the camber was wonderful, I mean, you even felt a grain. And so you had to be quite purist and super duper uber clever at running in them for it to be enjoyable. Now I am very good at running in them, but even that was quite hard. So the Fivefingers, when they arrived and we just had the Sprint and the KSO, for us was luxury.
Right.
But still with the grip.
Yes.
So then we just went onwards and upwards from there.
Okay. And then obviously you decided to take on this Ironman. And can you describe the progression from the decision to do it and how long that took through to the actual event and the training that you went through to get it?
Yes, the decision to do it. Somebody mentioned it in the shop. Somebody else at that same moment looked at me and said, "You can't do Ironman." So I immediately signed up for it because I'm a Yorkshire girl and nobody says you can't do something and I sit back quietly. And the decision instantly was made to, right, I'm going to be the first barefoot Ironman.
Excellent.
And as far as I know, I am.
Right.
There's been people since.
Yes.
Stephen Lord is one, and we're communicating with him. He's down under at the moment.
Right.
And he's done a couple of Ironmans in them.
Yeah.
And he's getting better and better, and it's wonderful to see.
Fantastic.
But I think I was the first barefoot Ironman.
Excellent. So how many months was it that you took to train for that?
A year.
It was a year, yeah. And do you feel that was enough looking back on it, or do you feel that you've done with longer to transition into the Fivefingers?
Because I was already in Fivefingers. That wasn't the problem. The problem was falling off my bike and breaking bones and running out of time to train properly and doing an ultra in the Fivefingers. But the ultra didn't go to plan in terms of how the group of us were going to do it. I ended up tearing my hip flexor, nothing to do with the Fivefingers. Right. It was to do with how we set about the days of the ultra, because it was a multi-stage event. So I did not the training I wanted, although when I got to the marathon section of the Ironman, the initial 27 kilometres was a nightmare because I was so nauseous. If you remember, I was having terrible trouble with my nausea and my fueling, and I was having no fueling and terrible nausea, and I was going slower and slower and slower. But then at 27 kilometres, I got rid of my problem. And nicely with the camera, and then they watched me online, apparently getting faster and faster and faster, and I ran without stopping, apart from slowing down through the aid stations to take on water. I ran without stopping the last 15 kilometres, which is the wrong way round in most instances for Ironman.
Right.
So I did a negative split in my red sprints.
Fantastic.
Which was, oh no, they were pink sprints.
Yeah, I was going to say, you got a picture.
Yes, pink sprints. And they clashed horribly with my red strip, but they were the most comfortable, so I had to wear them.
Excellent, fantastic.